I'm Cooper Juno.
And I'm Gwendolyn Gellner.
This is the Lab Report. This show is produced by students in the broadcast journalism class at Greenwood Laboratory School.
Up first, we have a visit to the Dickerson Park Zoo.
Reporter Lauren Hansel learned how the zoo has several rescued animals on site.
One of them has some special challenges, as you'll see in her report.
The Dickerson Park Zoo, located in northern Springfield, has been around for over 100 years and houses more than 500 animals. They take in many rescue animals, mainly from North America, with their newest, the cougar Drax.
Drax was orphaned. Her mom was shot and killed, and there was 3 babies that were too young to take care of themselves. So they were found. She came from the state of Washington. Fish and Wildlife got her and her siblings, and since they're too young to take care of themselves, they were brought into AZA facilities, and we were looking for another cat to go with the one we had, and so we got her.
When the zoo rescued Drax at a young age, they soon discovered she had an issue.
When Drax came in, if you watch her, she doesn't follow the food, and we figured that out real soon. She uses her nose to find the food and not her eyes.
For veterinarian Stephanie Carl, who takes care of Drax, her eyesight became the key concern.
So her problem is that she has retinal atrophy. They call it progressive in dogs and cats, but we don't think hers is a progressive form, meaning it's probably not going to worsen throughout her life. And so that progressive is kind of a question mark at this point. So we think hers is just, she was born with it. This is a birth defect that she has, and she's always going to have it. Animals can adapt to disabilities very quickly, and so Drax doesn't know any different.
Drax's poor eyesight does not affect her daily life or her care.
So we don't take care of her any different than we take care of our other female, other than when we do training sessions with her, we use more verbal commands than we can use hand signals for the other one, but obviously she can't see it. So we use more verbal commands with her. We try to leave her stuff pretty well in the same place, so that way she knows where it's at and she's not bumping into things, but we have not seen that yet.
The last thing Bethany leaves us with is what to do when we see an animal in the wild here in the Ozarks.
If you find a baby animal in the wild, leave it alone. Don't pick it up and play with it. We do a lot of raptor rehab here at the zoo. A lot of those animals are better off in the wild. If you see a baby fawn, a baby deer, leave it alone. Its mom has got it there on purpose, knows where it's at. It's going to come back and get it. Your best bet is to just leave it alone. It's hard. We all want to help them, but their moms can't take care of them if we're interfering.
For the Lab Report, I'm Lauren Hansel.
History teacher Lauren Broaddus is in the spotlight for our next segment. In a few weeks, he'll have a book of poems published. It's about one of his favorite subjects. Here's Tyler Harrell with the story.
So those two things just kind of have come together, and it's what I know.
Although students might know him as Greenwood's American history teacher, Mr. Broaddus is a poet who writes about baseball. His love of sports comes from growing up in a sports-crazy family.
My mom walks around with the radio still, with Royals games on, and like Mizzou football games in the fall, she walks around with the radio on. So sports were everywhere when I was growing up.
His priority will always be educating his students, so how does he balance writing poetry and teaching?
Really good writers will have a time of day that they just sit down and kind of sweat it out. Even if they don't have an idea, they'll just keep writing. And my day does not, I hardly have time to think straight. So poems just kind of come to me. And if they come once, sometimes I forget the idea. And if they come to me twice, then I start paying attention. And the third time, if I get the idea, then I find any scrap paper I can find and start writing things down. My wallet's full of scrap paper with like poem ideas in them. I have a notebook that I keep, and I filled like 2 or 3 notebooks by now with just ideas. So my process is pretty haphazard, I'm afraid. But sometimes I get on a run, and it is almost like it's not me anymore. It's like it's just kind of channeling, and that's really amazing feeling. So I've had a few moments like that.
Mr. Broaddus is coming out with a second book in May, which incorporates his love for history, sports, and writing. It also introduces readers to Newt Allen.
The new book is about a baseball player who played for the Kansas City Monarchs, and he played in the Negro Leagues, which were founded in 1920. So I read a lot about those leagues, and he had a lot of interviews that historians would find him and interview him. And so I somehow told all of these poems are through his voice and what he saw and what he experienced. But I hope that he can be remembered more. He was a really good player and I think an interesting person.
When asked about his long-term goals for poetry, he is unsure, but it seems that his passion will ensure that his ideas keep flowing.
Every time I write a poem, I wonder if that's my last poem, because it does seem like a mysterious process to me. And I think, well, if that's the last one, then I did the best I could, and they just keep coming. So as long as ideas keep coming, I'll keep writing.
For the Lab Report, I'm Tyler Harrell reporting.
You can pre-order Lauren Broaddus' new book of poetry on the 406press.com website. It comes out in May.
Branson is less than an hour away, depending on the traffic, and that's where Kai Schaefer and Joe Whitaker visited recently. They found a place where you can get a great look at the lake and the landing, as long as you aren't afraid of heights. Here's Kai with the details.
Here at Jay's Media, we love a big adventure. There are hundreds of ways to have some fun in Branson. One of them is located at the landing. Actually, it's above the landing. There was a point where they even stopped me above the river. They actually stopped a young couple above the river for a different reason, a special romantic moment.
And he has to, stop them either at the top or in the middle of the ride. So then we stopped him at the top, and then that's when he did his thing, hey, will you marry me kind of deal. I had to walk around like they're proposing right now. He's asking her to marry her, and then everybody was like, oh, okay, everybody got on board, and then we pulled them back how we stopped you. We pulled them back the exact same way, and then as soon as they came back, everybody, woo, he's just clapping and everything. Yeah, it was cool. Oh, it's always heights. It's always heights and speed, every single time. And then we get a lot of scared people. The thing is that like, they don't realize like, it does look faster than it actually is. But as soon as they hop on there, especially the scaredy cats, as soon as they do it once, they're like, let's go again. Because they're scared to take a risk, and it turns out the risk isn't even an actual risk, but yeah.
Was it scarier than you thought?
No, I'm a daredevil, so I like doing stuff, but for her it was scary.
So this one you can sit side by side. Hey, you know what though? And you got the view of the landing, you go up over the water, It's just a lot more chill, It's definitely just a lot more chill.
For the Lab Report, I'm Kai Schaefer reporting.
Basketball season just concluded. We featured highlights of the Greenwood Girls District Championship on Instagram. It's still there if you haven't checked it out.
And now we have Cade Garrett's wrap-up of the boys' season. He talked to one of our senior Bluejays who reflects on a team that went 20-9, but came up just a little short in districts.
After an exciting season, filled with big plays and strong performances, the Greenwood basketball team's postseason run came to a tough end at districts. The team fought hard all season long and built momentum heading into this tournament. But despite their effort and determination, Greenwood came up short in their district matchup. One of the biggest contributors was Greenwood's leading scorer, Callan Hetzler, who helped power the offense and keep the team competitive in many games. Callan stepped up on the court, consistently putting up points and getting boards, helping set pace for the team's offense. His scoring ability and leadership made him a key part of Greenwood's success this season, and a player the team could rely on during tough moments.
I think we had a good season. We went 20-9, and we all played really hard. I just didn't end the way we wanted it to end, but through districts, we kind of pushed. Like Sparta was a good matchup. We beat Sparta, and then Seymour, we just kind of fell short. Like we had weapons this year: Callan, Tyler, Caden, Thomas, Lincoln. We all played really hard, and it's going to be a great year next year.
Even with the tough ending, the season was filled with growth and memorable moments for the team. Players continued to improve throughout the year and showed strong teamwork, something that coaches and fans alike were proud to see. While Greenwood's season ended earlier than they hoped, the team's effort and dedication throughout the year left a strong impression. From the Lab Report, I'm Cade Garrett.
Now, our regular segment where we hear from someone in their own words. This time, it's a local woman who was featured on the Food Network. This was produced by Maddie Monteith and Morgan Green.
15, 16 years ago, my oldest son, which is he'll be 29 in a couple of months, wanted an army tank cake. And I called around, it was like $600, which now it seems like nothing. I would charge 4 times that amount for that cake. So I decided to give it a go and make it myself. And that was when Ace of Cakes, Buddy, Velastro, all of them were really big at the time. So I was artistic, so I decided to do it myself. And that's where I started. And I decided to quit college and go after that. What does Charity Fent mean? I don't know. It's my first and last name. So Charity Fent and cake design just sounded very classy, I guess, expensive, design, architectural. So that's how I came up with that. Would I do it again? That's all I'll say. I would not. I would not do this if I had to do it all over again. It really wasn't hard, honestly, to get the customers. I think once you care about one thing, more people see it, and then it just kind of went from there. And I had tons of clients and decided to open a store because that's the American dream.
Charity Fent Cake Design is open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. You can also follow them on Instagram.
Earlier, we featured classroom teacher Lauren Broaddus. Now we shift our focus to some people at our school who operate a little outside of the spotlight. As you'll see in Asher Nelson's story, they all play a big part of what makes Greenwood successful.
Do you both have something to share at least?
The faculty of Greenwood have an important role in the school system, directing people, managing finances, answering questions, and keeping the student body afloat. What about the non-teachers? Today we asked Ronnie Long, our security guard, Robin Tebenkamp, our accounting clerk, and Zach Snodgrass, our physical education instructor, to see what they have to say. Ronnie Long is Greenwood Laboratory School's official security guard. His job is to monitor the halls at the school.
I'm the building safety specialist here at Greenwood. I monitor activity, people coming in, going out, the building. In case of an emergency, I'm responsible for responding to the emergency, calling in resources that are needed, like EMS, police, fire, additional security, and monitoring the activity of the people who come and go.
Robin Tebenkamp is the accounting clerk for our school. She oversees finances and keeps our balances in check.
I'm the accounting clerk, so I pay the bills and do the purchasing. I love Greenwood. I've worked, my husband's a coach and been in teaching for years. He's retired, he's the coach here at Greenwood. But this has been the very best place I've ever worked. The people are great, and I have just loved my time here.
Zach Snodgrass is the physical education instructor. He gives PE and health classes and coaches baseball.
I'm an elementary PE teacher and also a health teacher, and I'm assistant baseball coach. Well, I always wanted to work here at Greenwood. It's a great school. I've heard from a lot of people, and I took a chance last year, and happy to be here 2 years.
These are just a few of the many faculty members of Greenwood that better our school system. While the staff doesn't get as much recognition, they still have a vital role for the school. For the Lab Report, I'm Asher Nelson.
What if you came up with a toy a lot of kids wanted?
But stores sold out of them in about 5 minutes. That's what happened lately as Neatos fly off the shelves around the country. Eva Johns checked it out for our next report.
So I went on a journey to find Neatos for my children's Easter baskets, and I found that there's a shortage, which I guess makes sense because I'm a teacher and I see high school children with them all the time. So I should have maybe expected that, especially when they were sold out on Amazon.
Neatos are everywhere right now and selling out fast. The squishy stress toy blew up in popularity, and stores can't keep them on shelves. Simple idea, huge demand, and now there's a shortage.
I think Neatos are so gravitating towards teens right now just because they're just fun to play with and you can collect so many of them. It's kind of fun to go to like the different stores and see if they have the gumdrop one or maybe like the splat one. So, yeah.
How many Neatos do you have?
I have 17.
It's not just one Neato anymore. There are tons of different versions, like glow-in-the-dark, color-changing, and ones that can freeze up. Those variations are a big reason teens are getting into them. It's less like a simple stress ball and more of a fun collecting item.
I love Neatos because they help calm my anxiety for tests. My favorite is the Nice Cube because it can either be hard or soft.
This is my dream drop. It comes on a little stand. It's kind of like the Nice Cube. These are my Nice Cubes. This one's more clear for some reason. I don't really know why, but I like this one better.
I'm going to show you guys how my Mellow Mallow changes color. So it starts as pink as you saw inside, and then it changes color in the sun to purple.
For the lab report, I'm Eva Johns reporting.
It hit cable TV 45 years ago, and teens and others couldn't get enough. MTV made a huge cultural impact when it started airing music videos, but now Paramount Global has shut down MTV's music video channels once and for all. Gia Lutomsky has the story.
Pop culture. You know it, you love it. MTV was the epitome of pop culture. MTV had a lot to show for itself. In August of 1981, the first broadcast only pulled a few thousand viewers, regardless of the videos they showcased.
Yeah, it was a huge deal because it was pop culture. And so while you're in your tween years, it's a curiosity.
MTV launched iconic shows, some that may have led to its demise.
The second thing I remember about MTV was MTV Cribs, because I used to watch MTV Cribs. All of the drinks are lined up like they came out of Shaq's house.
In October of 2025, Paramount decided to shut down some of MTV's oldest linear channels. Kids today even feel the loss.
I mean, in my case, MTV is very nostalgic. Me and my parents used to watch it all the time, put it on while doing chores. And one of my favorite moments was during Halloween when they reran Thriller by Michael Jackson.
MTV lives on in memory, and you can't kill pop culture.
I want my MTV.
For the Lab Report, I'm Gia Lutomsky.
I want my MTV.
That wraps up the lab report for March 2026.
We remind you to keep up with our broadcast program by following us on Instagram, where we post a lot of short clips.
And check out our Facebook page for even more content and regular updates.
I'm Cooper Juno.
And I'm Gwendolyn Gellner. Thanks for watching. Hey, it's spring break.
You know what that means. I'm off to the lake.
Call your cable company and say I want my